What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, a little recap of yesterday's free picks. Yesterday's free picks did not end up very well. Now, if you were able to tell this slip, which if you guys locked it in on Parlay Play, you had a little over a 3x on this, which was a no-runs first inning prop or parlay that we locked in live on the video. You cashed out for a little over 3x, like I said, so 251 of 780. This made up for every other loss that we had yesterday. So Ryan Pepe got absolutely demolished after the first inning, which we're lucky it happened in the second inning. Obviously, Veronica Burton just crapped the bed as well. She had 2 points, shot 0 for 5, or only 2 points with 2 free throws, so sucks. I am going to start running a little bit of unders on WNBA. We're going to see how it treats us, but we've been splitting a lot of slips on the WNBA, which has been making days that should be really, really good on the free picks, like ruining sweeps like it did yesterday or day before yesterday with Kelsey Plum, things like that. But anyways, this slip did catch. If you got locked in, hopefully you did. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, link is down in the WAP. You can join our Discord for absolutely free. We'd love to have you guys in there. $10 a week or $25 a month. You can get every single slip that we have. And you can get a free month sign up for any partnered app. You guys know the partnered apps already. Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Parlay Play, Better, NOVIG, Dabble. If you don't have any of those apps, sign up using our code. Make the minimum deposit. If you let me know about it, I will get you added for a free month for each one you get, each one you sign up for. So you can get up to full 7 months for free, as well as deposit matches on every single platform. So no brainer on that one. I am going to pick a winner from our last video to win a free month of VIP. If this video gets 200 likes, I'll pick another random comment down below to win a free month. So you guys have been showing a lot of love on the video. I'm super thankful. Let's pick our winner from yesterday and make sure you guys drop a like and comment on this one. So the winner is going to be for Fernando Mondragon, who said, let's go with 3 fire emojis. So, Fernando, send me a message on Discord, man. I will get you added for a free month of VIP. Appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. Let's jump into today's slate. So, we have a decent MLB slate. We have 1-game slate for WNBA. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, the props I have to choose from on WNBA are really, really difficult. And I got a slip. I like the slip. If you want to fade one slip, that's probably the one I would fade. But let's take a look at our plays for today. So the first play that I have is going to be for Sonia Citron. So this is going to be the play that I was mainly worried about. I'm taking Sonia. I'm going to take her under points. Her points line is sitting at 14.5. This line's pretty high. If you look at her on the season, she's been over this in 6 of 10 games. So she's been under 10 of 16, which is a 63% hit rate. She's averaging 14.6 points. Points line's 14.5. You can see 3 of her last 4 games. She's absolutely been dominating. 27 points, 21 points. Now let's look at her field goal attempts. She's only averaging 10.5 attempts per game. She had 14 to 13 in her last 4 games. She's shooting 48%. And these games, she was shooting 50 to 70%. She's not going to shoot 70% most games. And obviously her shot was falling those games. I'm going to hope her shot's not falling tonight if we lock in the under. I do like her over on some of the goblin plays. Like you can get her on Prizepicks at 13.5 points and assists. I don't dislike that line, or you can buy down her PRA, or 19.5 is not that good. But her assist line's sitting at 1.5. You could lock in if you want to. I don't think she's going to drop 15 points total, and it's 14 on Prizepicks, so you're getting better value right now on Parlay Play. So if you come down here to Parlay Play, your points line is 14.5, getting pretty much the same value. So if she hits 14 on the dot, which is very possible, then you won't have to worry about a push like you would on Prizepicks. So Parlay Play, code Fantasy Aces, they give you a free $5 a deposit match, and you get free VIP. But anyways, Sonya, we're taking under. I'm taking a chance on this one. I will say she's been pretty dang consistent on her points. Every game, she's dropped pretty much 10 plus, except for one, getting around 13 or 14. So this one could be sweaty, even if she goes under. One reason I do like this is because of Shakira Austin. So let's take a look at Shakira Austin. I will say, obviously, the Dallas has one of the worst points defenses in the league. They give up a ton of stats. Give up 86 points per game. So our last game versus the Wings, she had 27 points, which is the one where she shot 70%. So if her shot's falling, we might be in some trouble, but I'm just going to hope it's not. But I'm looking at Shakira Austin. So let's take a look at this. Take a look at how many shots Shakira Austin's been taking lately. So Shakira Austin, if you come down here, her field goal attempts, she went from playing like 10 minutes a game to playing close to 27, 28 minutes per game. So she's getting bigger minutes. Her field goal attempts, obviously she's getting 17 to 18 in 3 of her last 4 games, which is a lot of attempts. throw in her and Brittany Sykes, who also shoots 20 field goal attempts, takes a lot of usage away from our girl Sonya. I don't think Sonya's going to be taking 20 shots this game. And if Shakira Austin has a good game, you can see she's dropped 28 points in a lot of these. She's been having really good games as of lately on the season. She's only been over 3 of 13, but it's because of minutes. Minutes right now are way up, and I almost took her over, but I just don't trust it. I don't trust that at all. I don't trust Brittany Sykes. Brittany Sykes has chalked me too many times. Her points line sitting at 17.5. Another play that I was researching and looking into it. I was looking for some unders. There's just not very many. I didn't want to take Kiki under. Kiki scares me a little bit. She doesn't get huge minutes, but she can drop 12.5 points for sure. I wasn't going to take Shakira Austin under because of how many shots she's taking. Not taking Brittany Sykes under because she takes a ton of shots. So there's not really much to choose from because I have to pick one from each team or I can't even make a parlay. Obviously, you guys know that rule on pretty much every platform. But going to take Sonya Citron. Going to take the under on it. It might bite me in the butt on this one, but we're gonna take a chance. I'm gonna pair it with Agumbawale. We're gonna take Arike over 14.5. This gives you a 2.5x on parlay play. I'm locking in $250 on it. $250 wins you $615, and those are gonna be our two plays. So we're gonna look at Arike real quick. Agumbawale, we're taking over 14.5 points. Her original line is 17.5. That is a boosted play on parlay play only. So if you guys take advantage of it on parlay play, I'm telling you, or if you're not taking advantage of parlay play, they've been having way better value as of lately. They've stepped their game back up. Used to be one of my favorite apps. For a few weeks, they turned into one of my least favorite apps because the value was terrible. And now they're back up to one of my favorite apps. Playing a lot of parlay play right now. But I'm looking at Agumbawale. She's been over 65% of games on the season, 11 of 17 head-to-head versus Washington versus the Mystics. She's averaging over 20 points per game if you don't include that first game. So 23, 21, and 27 in her last 3 games respectively. Had 27 points her last game, her only game this season. So I expect a big game out of her, averaging 15 field goal attempts per game, shooting 36%, and she's still averaging right at 17 points per game. So 15 is really, really low. I like this boost a lot. Unless she just has a really, really bad game, she's going to go over. Looking at Washington's points defense, they give up middle of the pack, 7th in the league, giving up 80 points per game. If you go to the guard position, it's 10th, so they give up 50 points almost to the guard position itself. Forward and center is where the defense gets a little bit better. But to the guard position, giving up 10. I like to play for our girl, Agumbawale, and I got to lock her in over 14.5 points as our boost over here on parlay play. So we just saw that slip was 250 to win 615. If we locked in the same slip on Prizepicks, and I'm just showing you the value here. So Agumbawale, if you lock her in over 14.5 points, this slip you have a 2.25x, which that's with Sonya Citron at 14. So you got better value, which a higher payout on parlay play, and you got better value on the Sonya play. So that's why. So you can see it's almost, what is that, a $50 difference, $53 difference, something like that on these two plays, and you got better value on parlay play. So not really any reason to play it on Prizepicks unless you just have a vendetta against parlay play or something like that, which I know some people just don't like the platform, and that's perfectly fine, but I do really like it. But regardless, guys, jumping over to MLB for our last. I'll be honest, guys, I have 5 props written down for free picks for MLB, so we got a big I ain't gonna say a big slate, but we got a big list over here to go through. I don't think that we should play every single one of these. I had 3 NRFIs, so hear me out. Showed you guys that slip we casted for the no runs first inning play yesterday. Told you guys in yesterday's video, no run first inning props are extremely volatile, and let me explain this. On both sides, in the first inning, you have pretty much your top 3 batters coming up. Your top 3 batters are going to be the ones who can get on base and try to score. You want them to have the most batting attempts. They're going to be your most efficient for the most part. But regardless, guys, you got pitchers going against the top 3 batters. A lot of pitchers struggle in the first inning always. That being said, no runs first innings are extremely, extremely volatile. That's why I don't play a lot of them. The stars aligned yesterday. We got it. We got a nice little $780 win on that slip. But that doesn't mean that this is going to go this way every day. I just had so many requests in my Discord. Run more NRFIs, more NRFIs. And I tried to explain to them how volatile it is. I'm going to give you guys 3 of my favorite NRFIs for today. They're probably my 3 most favorite out of the whole slate. And I'm going to throw in a couple pitching props with that. and we'll see how the day goes. But just bear with me on these NRFIs. We could reverse sweep on these. I'm not even kidding. Like, they're very volatile. Play light on them. Do not go all in or nuke them. Like, I hear people in my Discord today already, let's nuke some no-run first inning plays. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. That is not a good advice. Do not take the nuking on the no-run first innings. But let's jump into our first two player, like, regular props, and then we'll jump into the NRFIs. So first prop of the day I have is going to be for our man Robbie Ray. So I'm taking Robbie Ray, the San Francisco Giant pitcher. I'm taking him to go over 36.5 fantasy scores. So the pitching against the White Sox, perfect matchup for our man Robbie Ray. He's been over this in half of the games this season, which is 8 of 16 games, averaging 37 fantasy score per game. You can look at his last three. So he started the season off 0 for 5 on fantasy score, or under this in every single game, I mean. And his last three, he's chalked this. Been getting kind of lit up by some of these teams, but this is Boston, this is Cleveland, and then this is Colorado in Colorado. So in Colorado, obviously, we guys know Coors Field has the elevation, makes it really, really easy for batters to get hits, which makes it very high scoring. You can see this is a 17-run game. That being said, this is versus the White Sox in Chicago. I'm not too worried about the White Sox versus Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's a good pitcher. Pitching against Hauser. Hauser's a good pitcher, or I'm not going to say Hauser's a good pitcher. Hauser is a good pitcher for the White Sox. Let's say that. So Hauser has a 2.27 ERA, a 1.26 WHIP. Robbie Ray has a 2.83 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. So both pitchers have been pitching very well this season. 8-2 for Robbie Ray, 2-2 for Hauser. I expect Robbie Ray to come out here. I expect him to have a good game. If you look at his strikeout percentage, his line is set to 6.5. So he's going to get probably 6 to 7 strikeouts at least would be my bet on this one. He averages 10 strikeouts per 9 innings, so he's well over a strikeout per inning. If he goes 6 innings, which he should go at least 6 innings versus the White Sox, in my opinion, he should get around 6 Ks minimum versus the White Sox. If you look at his last game versus the White Sox, he had 9 strikeouts. If you come down here, the White Sox are one of the highest striking out teams in the league, giving up 27% on the K percentage. So 27% of their batters are going to strike out. Going against a high strikeout pitcher, it's a perfect matchup for our man Robbie Ray. A team that can't hit very well, they strike out a ton against a high strikeout pitcher with a fantasy score that's under 40. They have been elevating these fantasy scores so much for these good pitchers to where it's well over 40. I've been locking in some unders on these fantasy scores. You've had to, but this line at 36.5. I do not dislike for Robbie Ray at all. I think this is a great play. I think this is one that people can take advantage of today. If Robbie Ray gets lit up, it's very possible, but I don't think he's going to. So 36.5 fantasy score, I got locked in for Robbie Ray. Now, since this play is already here, one of my favorite no-run first inning props is going to be for Adrian Hauser and Robbie Ray to go under the first inning, to have no runs first inning. Now, we'll go over that in a minute. I'm going to show you guys the scoring on fantasy. Strikeouts are 3 points, a win is 6, a quality start is 4, a pitching out is 1, and an earned run is a -3. So I maybe 1 earned run this game for 6 innings. I think he gets a quality start. I think the Giants win, so I think he gets a win. So that would be 10 fantasy right there. You throw in 10 fantasy right there. You give him 6 innings. That's 28 fantasy. You give him 6 Ks. It's another 15 or another 18, I mean. So you're putting him at over 40, well over 40 fantasy right there. Even if he gives up 3 earned runs, he still cashes this. So if he gets the win and a quality start and gives up 3 earned runs with 6 Ks, he's still going to cash. Unless my math is off somewhere and I just messed up. But regardless, I think Robbie Ray goes over this 36.5. Now, let's look at this game a little bit more in detail. So we're going to click Robbie Ray. We're going to see how this White Sox offense bats versus Robbie Ray. So there's not a lot of data. Top 3 batters, 0-0, 6-1, 3-0. So if we're going no runs first inning, top 3 lineup does not bat well versus Robbie Ray. Not a lot of data to go by, but the whole team doesn't bat well versus Robbie Ray. So I like this play. I like the some apps like Sleeper will allow you to play under first inning runs, like 0.5 for just a single pitcher instead of the combo. If you want to take Robbie Ray for that, I really like that line. I don't know if it's on Sleeper. I haven't looked. But I do like the no-run first inning for this game. So, obviously, the Giants' offense isn't, like, peak or anything like that. Let me find this game again so I can pull up Hauser. So, Hauser right here, we're going to see how the Giants' offense fares versus Hauser. If you come here, there's not a lot of data on this one. 3-1, 0-0, 2-0, 5-2. I mean, no data to go by pretty much. But the way Hauser's been pitching, I don't think he's going to give up a run in the first inning. I think he gets through the inning. I don't think it's going to be that dangerous. One of my favorite no-run first inning plays is Robbie Ray and Adrian Hauser. And we will lock in slips live, guys. I'm about to lock in 2 more slips for you guys. I try to be transparent. I've seen comments you guys thanking me for this. Like, I feel like every duty for some – if you're giving out picks online and you're not locking in your own picks, you're a goofball. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. I ain't trying to throw shade at anybody. I don't know personally anybody that just does that, but I'm just saying, if you aren't locking in your own plays and you're getting other people to put their hard-earned money on a slip, then you're a goofball. And I'm trying to use PG language for this video, but just saying. But Robbie Ray, 36.5 fantasy with their no runs first inning is going to be pick number 1 of the day, and 2, I guess. But jumping into our second pitcher prop, picking our man Clark Schmidt. Yankees pitcher, playing against the A's today. Obviously, Oakland Athletics, one of the worst offenses in the league. You can come down here and you can look at it. They around middle of the pack, not really the worst. 248 batting average, 318 on base percentage, 728 OPS. Their OPS is actually pretty good. They do have some sluggers, so there is some potential for runs in this game. Looking at Clark Schmidt, I'm taking him over 17.5 pitching outs. Betting on him to pitch 6 innings. Looking at this season, he's been over this in 7 of 12 games, which is a 58% hit rate. He's averaging 90.5 pitches per game. Some of these games getting well over, last game he got over 100 pitches, 103 versus Baltimore. Yes, I called it Baltimore. I'm sorry if you're from Baltimore. I will not call it Baltimore. I saw the comment. I didn't reply to it, but I saw it, man. My bad. But regardless, playing against the Orioles tonight. Clark Schmidt is 4-3 on the season with a 2.84 ERA, a 1.06 WHIP. Been pitching pretty well. We're gonna pull Schmidt up real quick. See how this A's offense fares against him. And you can see not a lot of data. Butler with 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 4 at-bats, 1 hit for Rooker, 3 and 1 for Urias. Not a lot going on here, not a lot of data to go by. I think he goes 6 innings. Head-to-head versus the A's, he has 1 game last season. He went 16 pitching outs, which is less than 6 innings. So this one could be slightly sweaty. I am going to lock it in live on video, though, show you guys. I locked it in on Prizepicks. Okay. I locked in this 17.5 on Prizepicks already with the exact same slip. Like, I was going to lock it in live on Parlay Play, too, just to show you guys, like, the confidence in it or whatever. But his K's line might be something I could lock in and have 2 different props. So this might just benefit me. I played Clark Schmidt 17.5 pitching outs with Robbie Ray. I'm just going to lock him in with his boost, I think. So let's take a look at, let's research this live. Clark Schmidt, 4.5 Ks. He averages 5.4 per game. He's been over this in 67% of games. He's a decently high strikeout pitcher, almost a strikeout per inning. If you look at the A's are middle of the pack in strikeouts. 21% of the time they strike out. So this isn't a perfect matchup. His last game he had 6. I think he gives us 5. I think he does. I don't think this is any more risky than the pitching outs. Personally, it's obviously lower payout for a reason, and this is with a boost, so he's projected to go over 4.5 for sure. His original line is 5.5, so I'm gonna take the chances here. I'm gonna put 250 on this one. If you guys want to lock it in, you can lock in. If you don't want to play both slips, if you don't want to have Robbie Ray in both, or if you don't want to have Schmidt in 2 slips, then you can just pick the one you like better. I'm gonna lock in this one as well. You're just gonna take my word for it. I locked in his pitching outs. That's the one I gave for free. So there you go. So Robbie Ray, Clark Schmidt, 4.5, 36.5, 250. So possible $1,000 in profit hopefully today on Parlay Play. Let's take a look. But yeah, that's my second pitching prop. Now we're going to jump into the no runs first innings. So on Parlay Play, MLB combos, we're going to take a look at what they have. Now one of them they don't have. We locked this one in already. Hauser and Ray. We're going to use this in a slip. But there is a play that Prizepicks has that Parlay Play does not. And this one is it's Zach Little and Zach Eflin. So you got both Zachs. Baltimore versus Tampa Bay. I like the no runs first inning on this one as well. And we locked it in actually. I'm going to show you guys. Prizepicks. Right here. 3X. $100 to win 300. Zach Little, Zach Eflin, under first inning runs allowed. And then Jesus Luzardo with Swellenbach, under first inning runs allowed. You can get 2 of those on Parlay Play, but you can't get the third one. This is a 3.13x on Parlay Play, so it's even better value on Parlay Play than it is on Prizepicks. So if you were to choose between the 2 apps, I recommend playing it on Parlay Play instead. But there is that one play right here, the Little and Eflin, that Parlay Play does not have. Now let's take a look. I'm not going to look at Little and Eflin because I can't lock it in live. So we've already looked at the Hauser and the Robbie Ray play. Let's look at the Phillies versus the Braves. This one is risky. To me, this one is the most risky. Well, I ain't gonna say the most risky, but this one can be risky. Now the Phillies offense without Harper is a little bit mid in my opinion. But we're gonna look at Luzardo. Luzardo's a decent pitcher versus the Braves. Obviously, Ronald Acuna 10-3. Matt Olson, 21-3. You can see this top of the lineup. Eli White, there's no at-bats for him. There's quite a bit of data, but they haven't hit really well off of Luzardo in the past. So don't think they're going to hit a homer. Obviously, you're looking at 3 pretty good batters to where, like, they, especially with Acuna, that we can potentially get that homer in Chalkus, but I don't think he's going to. Now they're playing in Braves in Atlanta. They're playing in Atlanta, so Braves are at home. More of a hitter park than a pitcher park, but pulling up Swellenbach. Come down here. If you look at the Phillies offense versus him, you can see Turner, Schwarber, and Baum, 12-3, 8-2, 6-0. So they haven't hit super well off of him as well. OPS here is a 958, but that's with a walk as well, and he hit a homer with an RBI. So that's why it's so high. Both of them have struck out twice of their 12 and 8 at-bats. Based off of previous history, I don't think they're going to give up a run. So that's what I went with. I like this play. You can see there's a 3 miles per hour out on the wind, which isn't huge gusts or anything. So not really worried about that too much. But it is there. But that being said, guys, that's what I like for these 2 plays. We're gonna lock this in live. 250 to win 782. Once again, it is locked in. I showed you guys. I played it on Prizepicks as well. So that's what we got, guys. $750 in entry fees on Parlay play to win $2,000. So that's $1,262 profit. Hopefully we can sweep the board. These are very, very, what was I going to say? Very volatile. So be careful with these. All it takes is one big hit, and they're going to go under, or they're going to go over. But it is locked in. So we got Robbie Ray fantasy with Clark Schmidt. I took his pitching outs as the free pick. You can lock in his boost for strikeouts if you want to do that as well. Hauser and Swellenbach, no run first innings. 250 to win 782. Then we got Agumba Wale, and then our girl Sonya, more than 14.5 points. Then under 14.5 points, 250 to win 615. So lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Hope you catch every slip. Leave a like and comment on the video. Join our Discord if you haven't already. I'd love to have you guys in there, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video after hopefully we get us that sweep.